All right, so I had all right, so I had a conversation recently, and I wanted to share it with you all real quick. Um, what I've learned, like, okay, I'll give you some context, right? So a couple of days ago, my wife sent me out the house with this little like it looked like beef jerky at the time, and if you know me, I do not like beef jerky. Let me see. So I was a little like, why are you giving me this? But turns out it's not beef jerky. It was, what's the name of the, I don't even remember the name. By the way, I don't work with this group or nothing, right? So what's it called? It's not Simply. Solely. Okay, so it's called Solely Fruit Snacks, right? So it was like pineapple. It was like apparently it's half a pineapple, and it's a pineapple jerky, and it says organic on there, right? And so I'm like, all right, let me try this, and I start eating it. I'm like, man, this is kind of good, right? And I'm like, man, this is good. Like, I should send this to my mom, right? We talk about like healthy snacks all the time. I'm like, well, hold on, just because it says organic, let me look, right? So I go on, I pull the ChatGPT. I'm like, what is organic? And it says like, organic only matters if it's USDA approved and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, what about this group? Then I go on Google, I start researching, I find a couple videos. I'm like, all right, learning about this guy, he's from Mexico, all this stuff. Right, and so once I see, like, I feel good about it, I'm like, all right, I shoot it to my mom. I'm like, hey, I think this is good. Look into it. I think it's good stuff. And so I sent it to her, and that was it. And I've been having conversations with people recently. When you look at the idea of marketing, right? Like, and the idea that, like, obviously, I just marketed that brand to my mom, right? And I'm basically marketing the brand to you all. Though I don't work for them, I get no type of kickback, no referral, no bonus, nothing, right? And I think that's the message right there, right? Which is that there are, I have the thing here, so I'll show it. Y'all can look it up. It is what it is, right? Slowly, but that there's for me, there's really like three different types of marketing. There's like that type of marketing, which is just sharing something that I genuinely think is good. I'm like, okay, it's good, it's healthy. I'm really big on like, I constantly want to eat better. I want to make sure that the people that I care about around me are eating better as well. Cool, so I'll share it, right? And that's technically marketing. Okay, now there's another form of marketing, which is I'm gonna share something that I know is not necessarily good, but I don't care because I get paid from it, right? So like imagine if I did a brand deal with Solely, right? And I was getting paid a percentage from sharing it with you or whatever. And I deep down, I know that this is not good for you, that it's chemical, it's, whatever case it be, all this stuff, right? And I know that they just put that organic tag on there just to make it look good, but that it's not really organic, right? Deep down. And so, those are there's different sides of the spectrum, right? You get, if you've watched any of my videos ever, you've heard I say abuse leads to overcorrection. I have these quadrants I talk about all the time, especially when I was talking about like helping people and making money, all this stuff, right? And it's this idea that on one side of the quadrant is the person that's sharing everything that they're coming across, and because just from the kindness of their heart, I don't need nothing back from you. Just hopefully, my mom's gone to the store. I don't even know where to get it. I gotta ask. I think I don't even know where to get it. But hopefully she's doing it. Why? Why? Because I want to, help Target make more money? No, I don't. It's because I want my mom to eat better. And so if this is something that's good for her, I want her to be able to eat healthily. Then share it, right? The other side of that spectrum is I'm sharing it just because there's money to get out of it. And I know, deep down, I know it's harming people, but I care about the money more than I care about the human beings that I'm sending this stuff and sharing this stuff with, right? I think the third phase of this is where I have the heart of sharing it with my mom just because I genuinely care about her. And I have it's like my spirit is open to the idea that if, let's say, maybe I do need to call up Solely right now and say, hey man, I like y'all food. Can I be a brand ambassador or something, right? Why? Because it's like, if I'm gonna share this stuff and there is an opportunity out there to get paid for sharing it, then why would I say no? Right? Like this is a very this is an identity question that we have to ask is like, would it hurt me to say yes? No. Would it hurt other people? Well, maybe it would hurt their perception of you, because now, like when I shared it to my mom, nothing. But if I were to get a brand deal today and then share it with someone else, now I'm getting paid. So now people think the only reason I'm sharing it is because I'm getting paid. And so you see, so it's really, but that's an identity thing. That's an identity thing, because a lot of us can't believe that somebody could do something genuinely and make a lot of money at the same time. It goes back to that quadrant that I had a while back, where again, it was like service and adding value versus just making money, screwing people over, versus like where thriving and real abundance happens, where you can bring both worlds together, right? And so I think that's important, right? I think marketing, sales, all that stuff gets a bad rap because there's a lot of people that are just doing it just to make money, right? And I think that there are genuine people that share stuff all the time because they genuinely care about it. And I'm like, if those genuine people were to also have the business savvy of the people who are just out to get the money, but still keep that heart of caring. Imagine that, right? If you were to have somebody who actually genuinely cared about people and wasn't afraid of money, right? Like if you actually genuinely care about people, that means you put people above money, right? But if you're not afraid of money, that means you don't demonize money either. So you don't idolize money, but you also don't demonize money. You just see it as a tool, right? And so if you see it as a tool, then you can use it to hurt or help people. And if you want to help people, then having money is a good thing, so you can continue to help people at a larger scale, right? And so I think this is a concept that I struggled with for a long time, and I know a lot of people do as well, because the second you see people making money, at the back of your mind, you think about some of the other people you used to see make money, and if those people were doing wrong by people, then you think that they're the same, and it's just not the case, right? And so we have to have an open heart and an open spirit to be able to experience new, right? And you may have seen someone who did something wrong with money in the past. That does not mean the next person. It's like dating, right? You dated somebody who had, I say this all the time, you dated somebody who had glasses, and so now for the rest of your life, you'll never date somebody who had glasses again. And it's like, but your dream person gets introduced to you the next week, but you turn them down because they had glasses on, you know? So, you know, it's important that we are constantly renewing ourselves, our minds, our spirit, our heart, and so forth. So we're not in a place where we're blocking blessings because of past trauma experiences and so forth, right? You know, so I think it's important, and because I think it's important and impactful, I figured I'd share it with y'all. All right, that's all. Take care, y'all. Peace. You're the only